All right, everybody. Tonight's episode of Wrestle Magic will be with somebody from the 1980s who honestly did not get enough appreciation for who she was with her tag team and her wrestling abilities. So without further ado, along with Michael Gross joining me, we have Itsuki Yamazaki. Ma'am, how are you doing today?
How are you?
How are you doing today, ma'am?
I'm okay. Good.
Great to hear, ma'am. So jumping straight into it, so you were a part of the Jumping Bomb Angels tag team, and honestly, after watching some of your guys' performances, very, very incredible work that I never would have expected to see from the 1980s. So why don't we just start at the beginning and just let's go for it there. So where exactly and who exactly trained you as well? I'd like to really dig into that a little bit.
日本でスタート。From I'm the beginner, so the coach is a women's wrestler before.
誰でした？
柳さん。
Okay, it was a wrestler called Yanagi.
Miyuki
Yanagi was her first trainer in Japan.
Okay, so
she was also a wrestler.
Okay. So was your partner also trained by?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. That's really interesting to see that you both went through the same trainer and everything. That's actually pretty awesome. So we're around 40 years of an anniversary of your guys' tag team. Do you guys have any future plans or anything that's been going on recently with you guys?
Okay.
So we are the anniversary, the 40th anniversary the next year.
Oh.
Yeah, and the Norio have retired, after retired coming this August.
Okay.
Yeah, and big event, in the North Carolina.
Yes, we had a wrestling convention in August, and Norio came by North Carolina after 30, over 30 years, yes.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
In August, yes.
Awesome. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit here. So Michael, how you doing, man? And I know that you've known a little bit about the Jumping Bomb Angels for a long time. Yeah, let's get into this a little bit. So why don't we go into what you know about them and what you knew about them growing up?
Well, I was very young. I saw them on a replay of the original Survivor Series, and honestly, we were trying to put this together closer to Survivor Series, but we're blessed enough to do it, right at the end of the year because this is a very amazing interview. And I know that you basically disappeared from American television. You made a couple of appearances, but we really didn't see you that much on American television. I know that you were WWF Women's Tag Team Champions. What I'd like, a couple questions I would like to know about you folks, because like I said, we all had very limited exposure. Were you actually signed to the WWF, or were you signed to a Japanese product but contracted to carry the WWF Women's Tag Team titles?
日本で一応契約してたんですよね。で、WWF と
WWE の人が来たの。
来ましたよね。アイススケートセレモニー。それで何年の契約だったんですか？
何年っていうより、1回目は3ヶ月。で、2回目は半年。
Oh, okay. So the WWF officials, 3 executives came to see them at one of the venues at one of the skate centers, and they were signed to AJW. AJW.
Yes.
Zen Nihon Joshi Pro Wrestling, All Japan Joshi Pro Wrestling. They were signed to them, but they had a contract with WWF first. It was for 3 months. And then after that, その後また3ヶ月か。
でもその前にうちの会社がクラッシュとダンプとブルを先に何試合か
やってくれて、
こっちで組んでくれって言ってアメリカで、で私たちをどうしても欲しかったから WWE が OK して私たちが来る前にその4人が来て3試合ぐらいだったと思う。
Oh, so when they had a cut, because the WWF wanted the Jumping Bomb Angels really bad, but AJW asked WWF to send Dump Matsumoto, Bull Nakano. There were 4 girls they wanted them to send first. but WWF wanted Jumping Bomb Angels so bad they okayed for those girls. It was Matsumoto, Bull Nakano, and Crush Gals. So Chigusa Nagayo and Asuka, Lioness Asuka.
Okay.
Those are the
to follow up real quick. So when I first got into watching professional wrestling at the age of 9, it was still the territory area. Okay. I'm knocking on 50 years old. So I was blessed enough to see the tail end of the territories. And, so different television programs, with Cleveland, Ohio being hardwired, we would get a lot of channels that had different syndicated pro wrestling programs. Now, I do believe the first time I actually saw the Jumping Bomb Angels was from a television channel we got from Canada that at midnight on Saturdays would show All Japan Pro Wrestling Women's Wrestling, Joshi. And that's when I first saw Bull Nakano. I thought she was scary. And I remember she would just crush these tiny little petite, pretty Japanese woman. I'm like, you can't do that to her. And it was very amazing. And I believe watching the tag team matches, I've seen you a couple times, but it didn't register until I saw you on Survivor Series a couple of years later. So real quickly, before I segue back to Maverick, I would like to know, you said your first trainer. How many more trainers did you go through before you actually got onto the professional wrestling circuit?
日本でも本当にその
日本はもう
メイン
柳さんだけ。あとは地方とか、もうあと練習は先輩と一緒にやったりとか。
どのそのいた先輩ですか。Okay, so it was really just the lady Yanagi. Miss Yanagi was the only trainer actually. But when they had to go around the different areas of Japan to do the venues or whatever, they were like a senpai, like an older, Joshi wrestler will train them for that day or for that moment. So that's what's happening. But her main trainer was Miss Yanagi.
All right.
Awesome. That's actually really interesting to see. So one trainer for all that talent, honestly, for any of these listeners, I don't know how many of you guys have seen it, but if you watch the original Survivor Series, you will see they were the only survivors in that women's match. And it's very interesting to watch just because you can see there's a clear difference in the talent level between all of them. Now, the Jumping Bomb Angels, they were way ahead, and you could very much tell the only ones who were sort of close with them were, I'd say, the Glamour Girls to an extent, but it's still a pretty good gap between the talent levels between the two. So along with that, I wanted to ask you about, so are you familiar with the comments that were made by Jesse Ventura after that match was over with? Because he compared you to the likes of was it Dynamite Kid for one thing, just to show. And I have to agree with him completely. The talent was extraordinary there. And I really enjoyed watching that match. Even today, I only watched it about a month ago, and I thought it was absolutely incredible. Were you aware that you were seen this highly at that time?
Jesse Ventura さんがなんかダイナマイトキッドと比較したみたいな。すごいやっぱりすごいタレントスキルみたいな。それは自覚してましたか？
ただまず最初に日本の選手がどれぐらいできるかっていう女子の場合ね、どれぐらいできるかってかなりだから、大したことないだろうな的な風にこっちのファンの人は最初思ってたと思う。で、私たちはラッキーだったのはレイラインとジュディは日本に来た回数がすごくあって、日本のプロレスをできる選手なの。女子プロレスの中でも。だから、私たちは日本のプロレスをやろうって言ってやったの。アメリカンスタイルではなく、ジャパニーズスタイルを選んだの。それがすごく、いい風に出たんだと思う。
Okay. So, when she first came, she knew like everybody will be measuring like in a scale of how good the Japanese wrestlers were back then. So what they did, like with Leilani and Judy, she was very lucky that she said like they were really experienced in Japanese wrestling. They've been to Japan several times, and they've been doing some Japanese wrestling. to them. It's Japanese wrestling. So it was kind of easier because they were very talented that way. But they wanted to show like a Japanese style wrestling from the beginning and not American style, if you understand that. That's what hit, I guess, to the audience. That was a really good show for them, like to show the Japanese skill, like they never seen it before. So that's what they did.
Ah, okay. I see. So I understand completely because I've heard that a lot of the women's wrestlers from America, specifically at the time, were trained by Fabulous Moola, followed the footsteps of Mae Young. So a lot of them were kind of the same in a way, not progressing at all. So I completely understand what you mean. So another question I wanted to ask you about was coming over to America for matches like this. Did you feel that people were against you in any way for coming over? Did you feel there was any kind of racism or anything towards you at the time?
差別とかありました。日本人だからとか女子だからとか差別。
アメリカのプロレスファンの人は大体最初、もう from Japan で最初はブーイングでした。
Oh, like the fans?
Fans or locker room, either
like
one.
With the fans in the beginning, when they said from Japan, like wrestlers, it was booing from the beginning. It was booing going on in the beginning.
それはね、
Yes.
今でもすごく覚えてるけど、
I still remember that till this day.
でも逆にそれをブーイングじゃなく歓声に変えてやろうって思いま
That
した。
booing really made her feel like from this, I'm gonna make it to not the booing, but yaying, you know, like wowing. So
I
that
see.
really made her feel like, okay, I want them to wow, you know, be wow at me, not booing.
You know that, right?
I see. So you were determined to make them cheer for you. I absolutely love that. That's an incredible way to look at it. Just, I'm going to make them regret this type of thing. I love that.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And so 日本のプロレス、女子プロレスも男子プロレスもとにかくバンプのトレーニングがすごいんですよ。受け身。
Oh, so like even in the in Japan and women's wrestling and men's wrestling, it's like bumping, like how you get the kick or you know how you fall. That's the most important thing. That's the first thing you train, and that they train that like the thing they train is to get the bumps into your body. I don't know how to say that in wrestling language.
受け身ね。
Taking the bump. I understand, man. All right. So along with that, I also did want to ask you, so how was your relationship with the Glamour Girls? And Michael, I promise after this, segue back to you, man.
ドラマの人はどんな関係
良かったですよ。すごく彼女たちもアメリカはこうだからねとか例えばなんて言うんだろう男子の中に入った女子の試合だけだったからだからこういう時はこういうふうにした方がいいからねとかっていうのはアドバイスもらったりはしたけど試合に関してはもう本当にもう日本の女子プロレスを見てもらいたかった。それは私はいつもありましたね。
Okay, so like the venue, they used to give him like advice, like you know, within this world of men's wrestlers, like they were like, for women, we should do this, or you should do that little things for a venue. But as wrestling skills, they never really had anything to say. To you know, because they already was skilled, and Jumping Bomb Angels was already skilled, and they really wanted to watch the Japanese. They really wanted to show the Japanese wrestling to the fans.
Okay.
And I think the Golden Girls understood the same.
で男子のプロレスラーはハリーレースもうまずハリーレースに僕はもう日本に行ったアメリカの選手の中で一番来日回数がナンバーワンなんだって言われましたね。
Harry Race? Harry Race?
Harley Race.
Yes. He was like the number one. He told Jumping Bomb Angels, I've been to Japan so many times. I think I'm the most person who went to Japan, and that's what she remembers still to this day.
Oh, that's awesome.
その時ハリー・レースが、男子プロレスラーの中で一番ボス的存在だったから、彼が言ったのは君たちを守ってあげるから大丈夫だよって。僕も日本でたくさん助けられたから。
So he was very respected that era, Harry Race. And then he was like a boss around all the other wrestlers. So he told the Jumping Bomb Angels, like, I got you guys, don't worry, be safe, we got everything. Because when he went to Japan, a lot of people took care of him. So he wanted to do the same for Jumping Bomb Angels.
Oh, that's amazing. So he really returned the favor for you guys. That's awesome. I'm really glad.
And the WWE taping テレビ撮る日はすごくもう終わるのがもう夜中なのね。
Okay, so when they tape the WWF shows, like when they finish taping, it usually like after midnight and it'd be late.
なんかそういう時はそういう時で雪が降って食事どこも行けないくなったらハリー・レースがピザをデリバリー頼んでくれて。
Like when it was snowing, they couldn't go out to eat or anything. He will order pizza for everybody. They snowed in, so they will order pizza for everybody. And, like really nice.
Heck of a guy.
British Bulldogs.
And British Bulldog took care of.
Yeah. And ジムペインティングしてた体の大きい。
Who's Jim with the painting on his face?
Jim Hellwig, the warrior.
Warrior. Okay.
ここにフルフリとかつけて。
Oh, like he has something on the arm.
The tassels, yes.
The Ultimate Warrior, yes.
だからプレス場所が会場が違ったらハリー・レースとかキッドとかスミスとかがエンジェルスと彼が一緒だったらお前がちゃんと面倒見ろよみたいな感じで。
そうブリティッシュブルドッグさんなんですか。
キッドとかがその他の人にエンジェルスをちゃんと面倒見てやってね。
キッドが。Oh, so like a kid? What's a kid? Dynamite Kid. Made sure, because if he was not at the venue, he would have made sure to tell 誰でしたっけ？誰に？
その Warrior,
the guys from Warriors, to make sure you look out for JB Angels. Like if he's not around. When he's not around, he made sure he'll ask somebody to watch them over.
だから怖いことが何もなかった。
So there was nothing scary. There was nothing, no bullying.
Yeah.
So they were really protected. That's how they felt.
Well, between Harley Race and Dynamite Kid, you have two of the toughest in the locker room protecting you. No one's going to mess with you.
Yeah, the David Boy Smith, he's fun, you know.
Yeah.
Funny guy, yeah.
There are two very important questions that I feel we skipped.
Okay.
The first one is, what inspired you to become a professional wrestler? And the second one is, who came up with the name, the Jumping Bomb Angels, and why?
JBL 誰が名前なぜ
まず
なぜレスラーになりたかったか。
My hometown and a small town and a small island. だから何
So she's from small island, small town. She wanna get out,
yeah,
and do something. I guess in Japan, there's a lot of that in our culture. Like a lot of people come to the city, the Tokyo, Osaka, the main city, to come and get the jobs and stuff like that. I guess something like New York, I guess.
私はプロレスラーになりたくて。
She actually did not want it to be a wrestler at first. She did not want it to be a wrestler at first. なんで？
テレビでバラエティーショーに女子プロレスの人が出てて、これだったらできると思っちゃった。
Okay, so she was watching the TV show. It's like a variety show. It's not even a wrestling show. But they had some wrestlers on there doing some non-wrestling event things, like I guess game or something like that. And then she thought she could do that. Like wrestlers not wrestling, and she could be on the TV and just answer some questions or shows with, comedians or whatever. She said she could do that. And that's what she started thinking. Maybe I should be a wrestler.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And so who came up with the name and the concept of putting the two of you together and making you the Jumping Bomb Angels?
ジャンピングボムエンジェルスは、レコード会社。
It was actually record company staff came up with the name Jumping Bomb Angels. レコード出すんだ。
レコードを出すのにあたって、2人のタッグチームの名前を考えなきゃダメだって。
Okay, so it was because they had a plan of having a record come out. So it was Itsuki Yamazaki and Norio Tateno. The record company already had a set record for them, but they had to have a name for this two girls, and they came out with Jumping Bomb Angels.
That's pretty amazing.
Right?
レコード見ますかって。レコード
Do you want to see a record? You got a record.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, hold on, she'll bring it.
I didn't know they had a record. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is a really awesome fun fact that you've just given us. That's kind of fallen into our lap. It's pretty. Yeah, well, this is what these interviews are all about. It's to take the one-dimensional out of it. It's not just a person that you saw on television as a hell of a performer. We're actually showing who the human being is beneath it and giving her a platform and you to help us out as the vessel to translate as to who she really is, why she does what she does, and what the passion is and what the feeling and the inspiration is.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Okay. I show you this is the first one.
That was their first record, the cover of the first record.
Yeah, and the second one.
That's the second one.
Yes.
Looks so 80s.
And the third.
Yes.
And that's the third one.
Oh, this is 80s-tastic. I love it. I absolutely love it. I wonder if I can find any of these on YouTube.
You know?
Dear Lord.
Oh my God.
This is an album. They got an album called First Flight.
And pictures in New York.
Wow.
I was a neighbor of my restaurant.
So for all of our listeners out there, let's try to find on YouTube JB Angels or Jumping Bomb Angels, and the album is First Flight. I gotta hear this.
Oh,
I've got to hear this.
We'll try and put it on Instagram for you guys.
Oh.
That'd be fantastic. I'm just gonna ask. I'm gonna ask one more question, then I'm gonna segue back to Maverick to continue hosting. So at that first Survivor Series, and you're backstage. I was in Cleveland the same time. I was there the same day that happened at the Coliseum. But I wasn't in the building. I was at my grandparents' house, miles away. But what I was going to ask you is, so you're backstage, and I don't know how many people you had met besides maybe Dynamite Kid, Davey Boy, and Harley Race. What's it like the first time you're looking at these incredibly large men, especially Andre the Giant and Bam Bam Bigelow and One Man Gang, and you're seeing these huge guys? What was the feeling? What was the emotion that went through you?
大きい人の中にいたから自分たちが太ったことに気づいてる。
Since they were among the big men, when they gained weight, they did not realize they gained some weight. And WWF told them to lose some weight after that.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, if you're going out to dinner with Harley Race or Andre the Giant, you're definitely going to be well fed. But that's just interesting. I didn't know if maybe the size of some of these guys maybe intimidated you or gave you that feeling like, wow, I'm really in this major wrestling company in America now. Like, look at these people. I didn't know if that emotion might have had struck you at all.
そうなりましたか。大きいこの選手たちすごいな。やっぱアメリカだなみたいな思いました。やっぱり。やっぱ本場来ちゃったみたいな。Yeah, she felt exactly what you just said.
すごくだから私たちの中ではすごくシリアスに考えて何かを成功して日本に帰らないともう自分たちのポジションはないぐらいに。
Okay, so they really thought like seriously they have to show something and make a mark. That's what they really felt by looking at the big men and of course the women. That's the professional that they were in a big stage now. They really thought they cannot go home without showing something and making a mark in the United States. That's what they feel. So that's what they did.
すごくだから本当はレッスルマニアももうブッキングが決まってました。
So there was like they were already booked for WrestleMania. The three. WrestleMania 3. But things happened and they were not able to come back, and they even had like a costume ready. Everything was ready to go for them for WrestleMania 3, but the company happened.
Yeah.
They were called back from Japan. Like Japanese company did not realize how big WWF and the American wrestling was. They were so stuck in little Japanese wrestling, I guess, promotion in their ways. So they called them back. They did not realize how important that WrestleMania 3 was.
本当はね、もう日本辞めて、うちと契約してくれって言われた。
And WWF asked them, please, can you like cut the contract off with Japan and please sign with us? They asked Jumping Bomb Angel to sign with them instead of Japan, like cut the Japanese promotion off and come to us. But they were hired by AJW initially, so Japanese, the heart, they cannot disrespect type. Like it'll be such a disrespect to do that for them, so they couldn't do that. They couldn't just sign with WWF.
あの時の女子プロレスに関してはアメリカのファンにはすごいいい意味でのカルチャーショックを与えたと思う。私たちは。
She feels like back in the days when Jumping Bomb Angels was signed to WWF, she feels like they show some type of culture shock, but like in a good way for American fans. And that's what they was really initially wanted to do the most for the fans.
Okay, very interesting. I'm going to segue back to my nephew Maverick and let him fire out some questions.
Okay, well, that's your nephew.
All right. So let's get back into WWF a little bit. So you two were the WWF Women's Tag Team Champions at the time after winning it from the Glamour Girls. So how did it feel to win it in a major promotion like that?
ベルト、
どんな気持ちでした？
いや、もう、不思議な気持ち。
It's something that she never felt before.
会場のファンの人たちがすっごく喜んでくれたのが。
All she remember really is the fans. They were going crazy, and she still remember that.
今私はニューヨークでレストランやってますけど、旅行に来たカナダのファミリーのお父さんがたまたまお店でビデオ YouTube を流していたら、知ってる、僕見てたって言って、もうすごく興奮して喜んでくれたこともあります。
Now she's running a restaurant in New York City right now, like right here we in a restaurant Bosque. This family from Canada came by the other day. And the father, they had a YouTube running, the back in the day wrestling YouTube, and the father realized, I remember that show, and he got so emotional that he remembers back in the days, and then Itsuki was just happy. There was a fan who still remembers that, and she felt like she did make a mark.
あの時は会場に行かないと見れなかったからね。今はもう。
Yeah, back in the days, you had to go to the venue. There were no YouTube or the social media, so you have to go. Well, the TVs, but to match the arena, you have to go to arenas to see the matches back in the day.
I see what you mean. So I do also want to ask you about when you guys dropped the titles back to the Glamour Girls. Now, I actually watched that match a little bit earlier today, and obviously I don't speak Japanese very well, and I couldn't really understand what was going on towards the end. What exactly happened at the end of that match? It's a little confusing to watch, I'll be honest with you guys. I couldn't really follow it at the end.
It's a good question, Mav.
WWE?
Yeah, the Glamour Girls. That was in Japan, right?
Yeah.
When
I
they
believe
took the
so.
belt back?
Yes.
最後の方どうなっちゃったんですか？よくわかんなかったんです。
ベルトを持って、 we bring the belt, go back to Japan. And then after the coming the Leilani and the Judy, yeah, and we are the lose.
そのロスルーズした時に、なんか見てたんですけど、なんか最後の方がよく分かんなかったんですよ。あれってどうなっちゃってたんですか？
あれは最後は、アップサイド。
アウトサイド。
ドロー、ジュディだったかな？ジュディが上がったのかな？ 19ぐらいで。
Oh, so they were both out the ring. And they were counting till 20 or something like that. And Judy got on the ring at 19 or something like that.
Yeah.
They were counting till 20. And それで Judy が持ってっちゃったんですよ。それで勝ったんですか？
それで、そう、3本勝負で。
It was 3 matches.
Yeah. And 1本ずつ取って、
They won one.
それでジュディが。
Yeah, the third one was that. It was almost timeout, but Judy got in the ring at 19. But, out of 20. And once the 20, the count out, whatever, but Judy made in the ring at 19.
すごくスッキリしない負け方だった。
So she feel like something's still in her throat. Like it's something that's, it wasn't like a clear, fair, like it was kind of, it wasn't what she wanted. Like,
もっとあの時に、全日本女子プロレスももっとこう、もうビジネスだからは仕方ないんだけど、でも、もっとこう、寛大な気持ち。で、その時、今でこそ WWE ってすごいあれだけど、その当時はそうでもなかった。アメリカのプロレスが日本では。詳しい人は詳しく知ってるけど、私たちも会社もその WWE と自分の会社の選手が契約することがどれだけ、それも自分たちからオファーをかけずに向こうから来た話がどれぐらい意味があるものなのか、名前も指名して、ジャンピングボムエンジェルスが欲しい、ブッキングしたい。だから全然そういうのをもう軽く考えてた、会社は。
So, like, yeah, same thing. Like AJW, like the promotion in Japan was really like thinking really light. They did not know how big WWF was. Like now they talk about WWE, stuff like that, and then they do shows with some they got Japanese wrestlers now. But back then, because I was younger, but I only knew Japanese show in Japan. Like most of the people in Japan only knew Japanese shows. Like we was not into WWF. Like we can't watch it in Japan. So of course we are not gonna know what this WWF is for us,
Right.
So the company itself did not realize how big WWF was in the United States. Because American wrestling was not really showing, or only core fans of American wrestling knew like American wrestling. But regular people were not. There was only Japanese wrestling. That's what we knew.
Okay, I see. So I do also want to add in, so I know today's titles, maybe it's a little bit different, but usually when a count out happens in a title match, it doesn't count for a title loss. Yeah. It's like, okay, yeah, they lost the match, but they still take the titles back with them because it's not a true loss. You didn't actually give it up at any point. You didn't get pinned. You didn't submit. So usually the title just goes back to the holder. So I can understand that must cause a little bit of just a little something inside you that just feels like it wasn't a true loss. I can understand that. That would bother me too, honestly. And do you still feel like there's just something in you that you wish you wouldn't have had to give up the titles that way? Maybe you feel that you should have been able to give it up in a clean loss to somebody better or something like that?
負けたのは悔しい。わかります。
で、悔しかったし、こっち、日本に帰らなきゃいけないってなった時に、ムーラの、ムーラが持ってたアパートに私たちは住んでたのね。それで、
so when they were leaving for Japan in the last, like, few whatever weeks or whatever, they were living in Moola's apartment.
She had a big space and, and a couple apartment. And everybody, the women's wrestler, living in the Moola's space. apartments. Yeah. And 私たちは、だから、絶対また戻ってこれるよねって、
Yeah, they were like, okay, we could definitely come back, right? And that's what they, asked. But they said, yeah, of course, right?
Yeah, she said, だから全部置いてきたん。
So she left everything at Moola's house.
Yeah, and
Because they closed everything because they thought they were coming back.
で、会社が歌も歌ってもらうかもしれないから、歌のコスチュームも持ってきてと思って言ってた。
WWF is like, okay, we might have to ask you to sing a song also. So they even had a costume for that song, but they left everything at Moola's house. And they had to go back to Japan and never came back.
で、送られてきたのが、フライパンとか鍋とか、ブランケットとか。
And Moola sent, I guess, they got all the package sent back that she left. But the only package they came was like frying pan, some stuff that they don't really need, like costume. No costume. Something that has to do with JV Angels is all gone. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's unfortunate.
And then
I've got to ask the $1 million question. Because all this controversy came out when they wanted to name the Mae Young Classic after Moola, then they changed the name. Did you see any evidence that she was mistreating the girls or trading them out for favors with other people, such as other wrestlers or promoters? I mean, did you have any witness or any vision of this or any idea that was happening for these alleged stories against Moola?
なんかいろいろムーラの話が出てるみたいで、ちょっと悪い話だけど、メイヤングのなんか名前も、本当はムーラのなんか名前使うはずだったのをなんか変えたらしいんですよね。
ああ、それは知らない。
で、なんかそういうのがあったんですかって私はここの人、なんか他の選手とかにもなんか。
みんなにはあんまりよく思われてなかった。こっちの選手ね。
She don't know exactly what she did, but Moola was not a good household name to other women's wrestler. Like they were not really liking her either.
多分レイラニとかジディとか他のレスラー、女子のレスラーは多分ムーラのところにコンタクトを取ってれば日本にも行けるとかそういうのがあったんだと思う。
Yeah, she feels like I think Leilani, Judy, other wrestlers, once you keep in touch with Moola, they feel like they would get some access to Japanese shows. Like maybe they'll get in Japanese shows, so they would have, talked to Moola a lot about those type of things. But
だって私たち最初トレーラーハウスに住まわされたのよ。
First, they were in a trailer house. Moola,
Yeah.
By Moola put them in a trailer house in the beginning. So I guess she was. 彼女がほとんどじゃそう。Yeah, gets us. So she was running a lot of
それで言った
women's
の。
wrestlers.
私たちがネズミは出るし、
Because there's
もう
rats,
寒いし。
it's cold, it's freezing. So they had to tell Moola we can't stay in a trailer. It's crazy.
Yeah, so we complained to the company, WWE, and big surprise,
もう変わったんですか？
それで言ったらすぐアパートっていうかハウス。
As soon as they told the WWF, WWE company, they put them in an apartment right away.
多分トレーラーハウスもアパートもWWE の会社からお金を取ってた。
Oh, so she feel like Moola was taking money from WWE for the apartment, and they put them in a trailer house. That's what she felt like that. That's how she felt.
私たちのコントラクトはそういう全部
because their contract had everything included, like a living house, like living space, the food, everything was included in the contract. So she feel like Moola put them in a trailer for money reason or something. That's the only thing she has a feeling. Yeah.
Interesting. A little bit of embezzling there.
Yeah. That's among the least of Moola's allegations, right?
We don't know yet, but yeah, she had a feeling that's what she was doing.
もっといいやり方があったような気がする。こっちのアメリカの女子プロレスがもっとこう活 成果というか、多分だから、
時代から
もう、ムーラがすごい牛耳ってたからね。
So yeah, she had all the power. She feel like it would have been bigger, like women's wrestling back then, a little bit more like out there, but she feel like Moola had everything in her hand actually back then. So I guess she wanted the money. I don't know. Allegedly.
Good call. So I do also want to ask you. So I read online that you at one point were the AJW champion. Is that true, ma'am?
She was an AJW champion.
Yes, that's what I was asking about. I read that she actually won it from her tag team partner at one point.
Oh, のりおさんとやった時に、ベルト取ったんですか？のりおさんとなんかやりました？いや、対抗で。
いやジュニアの時。
で、ベルト取ったんですか？
私が負けた。ジュニアはね。
The junior one?
I believe so.
The junior one, she lost. I think Norio took the belt. Yeah.
Okay.
私たちはね、ノリオが持ってるベルトは私が取ったことなくて、私が取ったベルトをノリオが持ったことない。
じゃあどういうことですか？
だから全日本女子プロオールジャパンのチャンピオンベルトは私は取ったことあるけど、ノリオは巻いたことない。
So AJW champion belt, yes, she did get the belt once. 一回ですか？シングルですか？
そう、シングル。
In single, Norio never got that belt in her life.
パシフィックのオールパシフィックチャンピオンっていうのが白いベルトがあるんだけ
There's a white All Pacific champion belt.
That one is a Norio get that champion, but
Norio got that, but she never got that white All Pacific champion. She only got that 赤いベルトですか？AJW.
それで、それからタッグのベルトは2人で取ったでしょ？だから、ノリオが、だからお互い持ってない取ったことないベルトを持ってるシングルになってる。
Oh, but they did take the tag belt together, the AJW tag belt. But she got the single AJW belt, Norio got the Pacific belt. So they have a
SWA のシングル
different.
はだから2人とも取ってないし、シングルね。シングルのチャンピオン。
So they didn't take the 3WA single championship. They never had that. So there's how many belts? There's white belt, and you got the
全日本オールパシフィック、タッグ。
tag. Okay, so she got the junior tag team in a single, and Norio got the All Pacific and tag team.
ノリオがジュニアとオールパシフィック。
Did you understand it? It's a lot of
Not a bad little portfolio, though, I must say.
Yeah, very well decorated. So with that, I'd like to pass it back to you, Michael. Let's keep this rolling, man. This is actually really fun. I got to admit.
So as much fun as I'm having, I want to get some opinions right now on the current woman's product in America, if you're so inclined. Who would you like in your prime to have worked that's wrestling today in the women's WWE? Or it could be AEW division. I'm curious to see who you think you could have the best matches with, either in a tag team or as a singles competitor, that you felt could have really put your product and your style of wrestling on a mantle in a showcase.
わかんないですよね。アスカとかいい試合とかわかんないですよね。The only thing is, right? She doesn't watch
I don't see that TV.
She doesn't watch WWE now because
Okay.
Yeah, the skills are so different with the girls now also.
本当は、ブルがメデューサとやってたでしょ？あれはね、メデューサが私に連絡してきて、私にオファーが来たの、最初。
Do you remember Bull Nakano versus Medusa they had?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Medusa, because that's another story, but Medusa called her, right? Back then?
Yeah.
Medusa called her.
Yeah, Medusa called me.
で、何ですか？
私の対戦相手になってる。一緒に。だから、私がやってたらブルは来てなくて。
Oh, Medusa called her first to be her opponent for her match, but she let Bull Nakano go.
私、その時、
because she was pregnant. So that's when Bull Nakano got lucky and went against Medusa because she was pregnant then.
Bull Nakano,
So-
she's a good wrestler, you know.
She's a good wrestler,
Yeah.
but the whole it was like
Yeah.
she got the chance to go out there because she
Yeah.
was
She's living in New York because we are each other very close and
Yes.
eating the dinner.
yes. Bull was
Yeah.
living in New York for a little while, and
Yeah.
they used to hang out together, eat dinner and stuff like that. So she just hooked her up with the match with Medusa.
そういうストーリーもありました。
So there's like a story like that
Different
too.
story.
But now the wrestlers, she does not really watch.
Yeah.
The last time we went to watch was
あまりにも
AEW.
だから多分日本の女子プロレスラーは今たくさん団体もあるけどもあまりにもこう離れすぎてるからそういう感覚がないんだよね。で私はもう今ほとんど見ない。
Yeah, she doesn't really watch the wrestling shows.
Okay.
She does not watch wrestling shows on TV anymore. The only story we have is maybe like we went to watch AEW. She was watching Mina Shirakawa match. Then I heard one thing is like she's a woman,
うん
so she should do a female wrestling. But that's her point, I'm not a wrestler, but that was the advice that
Okay.
she had.
でも WWE で、時代は違うでもやっていくっていうのはすごくハードだと思う。今も昔も。
She feel like, in a big promotion like WWE, it's very hard to stay in and survive and show how good they really are. Because there are
Okay.
so many promotions out there and there are a bunch of still great wrestlers in Japan still.
だからスタートがジェネレーションとして私たちからこう始まった感じで今でもこう日本の女子がメジャーの団体に出てるっていうのはなんか私たちも何か足跡を残したっていうのと今もそれを続けてくれてる今の女子プロレスの日本の選手は素晴らしいと思います。
Like she feels like the Japanese women's wrestler right now. She know it's very hard, but how they making it in the big promotion, she has so much respect for them that they are still going on. They're still signed to them, and they're doing the best. And all the fans are loving it, and they feel like they did have like some type of mark that they made back in the day, because she feel like it's Japanese wrestlers are still getting called and still out there in the ring, on the TV shows, the big shows and stuff. So she has so much respect for these Japanese wrestlers that's doing their thing right now.
でもアメリカのレスラーもすごい技術とかもね。
Yes, and of course, American wrestlers,
Yeah.
their styles are really getting better. And she got so much respect for all those wrestlers.
Okay, I've got two more questions, and I'm turning it back over to Mav. My next question is, because of how much he had wrestled in Japan as one of the most popular gaijin, but also known as the craziest man ever, did you ever have a run-in or meet the late Bruiser Brody?
Bruiser Brody?
は会ったことない。
No, she never met him.
Okay.
She never.
I know.
それだけ。
I know that.
Only Andre the Giant she met.
The big
big man.
brother and El Gigante. You know that
El Gigante. Oh,
Oh
God.
my
El
God, the baby. He is, come out of the elevator. He's like this.
Yeah,
Ducked down to get out.
He couldn't get out.
Yeah.
I figured he was probably falling over trying to tie his shoe with his coordination. God rest his soul.
本当にしゃがんでこうやって、本当にこうやって出てきたの、エレベーターから。
Okay. My my next question before I turn it back over to Mav is, in the WWF, or WWE as we now know it, if something doesn't happen on television, then it never existed. You never lost on a WWE or WWF televised match, the women's tag team titles. So do you feel you still have a claim to that?
テレビでは絶対負けたことなかったんで。
あ、私たちが。そうかな。
She don't even, she said, really? They never lost a match on the TV?
I never saw it in America. Now you have to look at it on YouTube.
She said, I'm sure we lost some matches. Maybe you only watched the one that we won.
So
what Mav, go ahead, please.
Okay, so WWE Network is currently still available in Europe. It's not on there, you guys ever losing those titles. So in a way, you never lost it on WWE TV. I think Michael does kind of have a point, but overall, we know what happened. History is history, but it kind of is that gray area of it. If it doesn't happen on WWE's TV, did it really happen? Does it even exist? I think that's what he's kind of getting at right now.
I think you should show up at a taping, the two of you, and just be like, these are our titles. We're taking them back.
Yeah, right. We should. Because 乗り込み行きます
そうだね。まずその前にホールオブフェイマーを取ります。
Yeah, she's trying to get this Hall of Fame before that.
Right?
Who would you like to have induct you?
誰にやってもらいたいですか？
何を？
もしホールオブフェイムが取れたら、ほら誰かが言うじゃないですか。
でもレイラニとジュリーじゃない？
レイラニ、ジュディ。Golden Glamour Girls.
It's interesting. I haven't heard Leilani Kai's name in probably 30 years. So when you said Leilani, I was like, Leilani Kai, oh my gosh, I remember her.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. Mav, you take the reins, my friend.
All right, so first a quick follow-up question. So what do you feel were some differences between the crowd and just the experience of wrestling in America versus wrestling in Japan? Do you feel there was any differences, or was it just wrestling is wrestling?
だいぶありますからね。日本とアメリカ、お客さんとか、あと
もう、お客さんはもう 100% 違うね。
Yeah, the audience is 100% different. United States is very exciting.
日本はすごく、なんだろう、そのエイリスの頃は今は分からないけど、私たちのジェネレーションの時はなんだろう、すごく憧れを持ってた。
Like in 80s Japanese wrestling, they were more like they wanted to be like them. The fans, they're more like I want to be them. Or
アメリカっていいものはいい。悪いものは悪い。
In the United States, it's very clear what they like and what they don't like.
Mm.
So they know what's good and what's not. So that's very like clear in the United States.
日本はすごくもう好きな選手が出てくると、もうずっともう最初からもう試合が面白くなくても、もうわーって言ってる。
So it's like in Japan, it's like they're like idol, like a boy band type. Like they don't care if the match is boring. You know, they don't care the song is not whack or something. You know, they don't care. They just want to see the idol, what they admire, who they admire. So they're like, they don't care. They'll wait till they come out. They'll wait till they start. They don't care the matches are boring. They just enjoy looking at them or being with them in the same space and breathing the same air.
アメリカはね、だからよく聞いてないお客さんのリアクションがもう一番の答えだから、お客さんのそれをもうリアクションをよく聞いてないと、もう少しのお客さんがボーインって言ったら、もうそれがもうポンポンポンポンって飛んでっちゃうから。
United States is like that. Like you have to listen to what the fans are saying. You really have to, because if one person says boring, there'll be a next person says boring, and it's going to be a whole crowd saying boring. And so they were really listening to the fans. That's what they were really doing.
そうするとなんかすごくやってる 私たちっていうか、私の場合ね、はすごくやっぱり焦るし、メンタルが落ちる。どうにかしなきゃ、カムバックしなきゃって盛り上げなきゃって思っちゃう。
So how she feel, this is her opinion, but she felt like once that come, like boring or booing, she feels like, oh my gosh, I have to make it better. I have to turn this around, not to be boring. And that's what she was feeling like. It was like, if you listen to the fans in the United States, you understand what they want. Japan is totally different. They'll be all quiet. They'll just admire you like a shrine or something, like a god. It's a whole difference, she said. So she appreciates the fans out here. Really do.
日本のプロレスは、なんていうのもっとこう、なんて言ったらいいんだろうね。私はする方だから、
アイドルって感じだね、皆さん。アイドル的存在だったっていう感じだったですよね。Yeah, so it's like Wrestle was the idol. Like a boy band type of those type of feeling that fans had in Japan.
アメリカで日本の女子のプロレスラーがいっぱい来て試合したら見に来ますかって。
She's asking, so if there's a bunch of Joshi Japanese wrestler come out here, would you come and watch?
So that's interesting you ask, actually, because I want to say it was last month or maybe month and a half, 2 months ago. I actually went to a New Japan show that was right out here in the UK for me, and was very excited to see it. Got to see the likes of Tetsuya Naito and Okada. Or not Okada, he wasn't there. Then.
Oh.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't there, actually, come to think about it. Naito.
Shingo was there?
She was, actually, come to think about it.
Shingo was there?
Yes.
シンゴいたそうですけど、UK でこの前見に行って、で、内藤さんとシンゴさんも見て。
Yeah, I believe the event was called Royal Quest 4, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it just happened not too long ago. But yeah, I was very excited to see it, and I was very pleased with the product walking out. So absolutely love seeing it, and the crowd was very lively.
But men's, how about if it was all women's, Japanese, Joshi matches, if that was a full venue as all Joshi?
Honestly, I wouldn't mind watching either, because as long as the talent is there and the matches are quality, I couldn't care less. I'll watch whoever is going to be in the ring, and it was very entertaining even to be there. The women's match, if I remember correctly, I want to say it was a 6-women's tag match or something like that. It was very fun to watch still, and I was very entertained till the very end. I was very happy with the product. So we're getting down to the wire here with timing and everything. So yes, it's time to start closing out the show. And as always, what we like to do here at Wrestle Magic, we always like to ask for recommendations for movie, TV show, songs, whatever you can ever think of. So Itsuki-san, I'd like to ask if you have any movie, song, TV show, anything you would recommend for the fans to go home and watch.
なんかレコメンデーション、推薦。
さっき最初言ってたやつ。ネットフリックスだったら極楽城だよね。
See, on the Netflix right now, they have what is 極楽城? That's the
Dump Matsumoto.
What is that called in English? It's a different name. 何でしたっけ? A Queen of Villains. It's a Queen of Villains. Did you watch it on Netflix?
I have not yet, but I would love to give that a try, honestly.
Yes, please. That's a story about Dump Matsumoto, and it's her era of wrestling. It's how how she became famous against Crush Gals. And Bo Nakano's in there also, but they're all different actresses. But they portray the wrestlers, and it's a really good show on Netflix.
Okay, so that was the Queen of Villains?
Queen of Villains.
Okay, I'll definitely give that a watch.
I heard the translation is a little bad, but they should have hired me, you know?
Exactly. Okay. And you as well, Miss Kino, do you have any recommendation as well, or?
Me?
Yeah, you've been part of this as well. Might as well.
I have no idea.
Because
I just watched the Queen of Villains, and it was really good. I have no idea. I'm sorry. The Squid Game is coming on December 26th. Squid Game 2, maybe.
Okay, fair enough. Nothing wrong with that. All right.
音楽は、
We should recommend some song.
キスとか好きだよ。
Kiss?
キス。
The band? Oh, she loved the band Kiss. That's
Oh, man,
what
that's
she
awesome.
liked. She liked Kiss, the band, and Queen. Those ever.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
not Buck Tick and Bowie.
I love
and
Buck Tick.
Japan.
And you had another collaboration, Buck Tick and the guys from KMFDM. It was a band called Schwein. It was really amazing. Great
Never
music.
heard of that. Okay.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, that's my era. We the same age. That's why we know. You're the 50. I'm 50.
じゃあ、
Yes.
I have a
Yeah.
question, and it's okay?
Yes, ma'am.
今の女子プロレスと、その私たちがエイリスの女子プロレスと、どこがどう違う？
Okay, so she has a question for you guys. What's the difference between the now Joshi women's wrestling and back in the days her age wrestling? What was the difference, do you think?
If I could give any kind of difference, I'm going to start off with just saying the training to start off with, because the way that American women specifically were trained back then, it was all fabulous Moola style, and pretty much everybody emulated that. And it did not help progress or evolve the product at any point. And it kind of screwed up the women's division for America for a while, honestly. We could have had a women's revolution if everybody kind of switched to the Jumping Bomb Angel style instead, and it would have been just a different world. But it's changed so much now, and we're finally seeing quality matches, and it's become such a difference. Plus, I feel like they're finally allowing a little bit more charisma in the women's wrestling. They're actually cutting better promos. Not everything is all the same and all so flat. Michael, do you have anything to add to that?
Well, actually, yes, because I had the benefit for about a year of watching All Japan Pro Wrestling Women's Division on that channel from Canada before they stripped it out of our cable system. And so even though I had to wait up to like 12, it might have been 1 o'clock in the morning in your grandpa's room, because his television was the only one that picked it up. Watching something like Bull Nakano, when she was Bull Nakano and not like doing the Bertha Faye goofy stuff, with the tattoos on the sides of the head and the shaved mohawk mullet and just like beating women senseless. I mean, I believe she was the Andre the Giant of women. She was the Bam Bam Bigelow of women. She was just brutal. And so the matches I saw, it was the pull no punches, and they put the heel over. Bull Nakano was an unstoppable monster and one heck of a golfer, but that's neither here nor there. It's the point. For those of you who don't know, just look it up. You'll understand. It's just the fact that to watch so many heel women go over in such a vicious way over the baby faces, and see have the baby face women have these trophies presented to them, all the streamers thrown out, and then Bull Nakano would wreck the trophy right in front of them, right before she would wreck them in the middle of the ring. It was a storytelling. It was getting Frankenstein over by taking over all of the countryside men before Frankenstein was taken over by the mob. So what I saw back then, it was great. It was more athletic than what we had for female wrestling in America. Now you flash forward to today, for very many years, up until Ring of Honor started doing a lot of work in like 17 and 18 with the Bullet Club crossover and things like that. It was still very hard without tape trading or, New Japan did not have a streaming service in America. YouTube only got limited. It had very limited wrestling videos, and it was mostly of men's material. So when Ring of Honor, blows up with the Bullet Club merger with New Japan, we started to see more female competitors come here, and we started to see more female style wrestling of what was happening in New Japan. Now, what I will say about Japanese women's wrestling and what's changed from the Joshi and the, All Japan Pro Wrestling of 1985 at midnight in my dad's bedroom is the brutality level has reduced quite a bit. The size of the women have shrunk. Riho can't weigh more than a mop. So for me to believe that she's beating anybody is just kind of hard. But there's more storytelling in it. They sell injuries more now, probably because they're so small that they're actually really injured. there's more high spots now than there was back then. There's more brutality then, more high spots now. Now I see something like you did with the Jumping Bomb Angels as a movement towards the 90s when like Chris Jericho and Lance Storm came out as a tag team, and they were doing, as the Thrill Seekers, a hybrid between what they learned in Canada, what they learned as amateur high flying, and then what they learned in Japan, and kind of melded it into one to make a style that later on in time gave birth, I think, to what they call the indie style now. Now it's many different generations changed, but the running and doing the high knee lift in the corner to somebody like Lance Storm used to do. CM Punk uses it now. Different people use it now, but it didn't exist before they were bringing it from other countries. And I think that's a lot of what the Jumping Bomb Angels brought in, was a hybrid of what was old, what was outdated, what was, oh, great, this is a bathroom match, to let's watch this. We're not just going to throw a crossbody. We're going to do a dragon screw leg whip. No one saw that. No one knew that was coming. So you're showing us some new moves. To be compared to Dynamite Kid or something like that is fantastic. Very few people will ever get that comparison today in female wrestling. Now, with the WWE, with the advancements they've made with the women's movement, there are people I would love to see. Honestly, I think in your prime, you and Selena Vega could probably put on one of the best matches I've ever seen, because when you ungovern the woman and let her do her lucha libre style blended with her American storytelling, she is one hell of a competitor. And I think the two of you could tell a match without yelling to the crowd, without playing to the crowd, and just selling and using ring psychology and ring presence. I really think that would be a dream opponent for me if you were in your prime still and you're still wrestling. I think that would just be fantastic. I think that's like the middle piece between what Joshi is, what you gave birth to. I think Selena Vega is like that thrill seekers mode that you kind of just set the tone for. So that's my differences between the two different worlds of the women's wrestling. And to be honest with you, you asked Maverick earlier if he would watch an all Joshi card. I would, for multiple reasons. One, I'm a wrestling fan. I love professional wrestling. I have since 1984. You know how old I am. Take a licking, I keep on ticking. If my body would have gained weight, I would have became a wrestler. Unfortunately, I'm genetically cursed not to get it past 145 pounds. But I look good. Now, sorry, I gotta put something out there for myself. When I get going on a rant, I get going on a rant. And I gotta tell you, I would go for multiple reasons. One, just to say I've done it, just to see it live, just to see what the crowd feel is, to see it in America, to see it in Japan. If someone invited me in Japan, I'd be there in a heartbeat. My goal before I die on the bucket list is to go to Tokyo, to see a New Japan show, maybe see an All Japan show, maybe see a Noah show, whatever. I love Japanese wrestling. I'm not over the moon on it like I was in the 90s, but if someone said it's a Joshi show, I'll go. I would do it. And in the off chance that one of those Joshi girls was like, hey, Mikey's kind of the one. Hey, it's a good day for me. So that's what I have to say about that.
We had a great time.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
Awesome. So glad you guys had a great time.
Yes.
Awesome.
Are you currently taking any kind of bookings for conventions or anything like that? And can you tell our listeners how to book you or get a hold of you on social media if you'd like to reach out to you?
インスタグラムね、どうやって山崎さんをハイヤーできますかみたいな。インスタグラムですか？
インスタグラムと、ロブと連絡しておいてくれる。
ファンの皆さんにどういうふうに言えば。Jumping Bomb Angels Instagram. So they have an Instagram, Jumping Bomb Angels, and there's I think there's a link. There's a link that you could, you talk to Rob as a business manager, and he could book anything about if Itsuki is available. She's in New York City. She runs a restaurant on 35th Street. In Manhattan, so please come. It's a really good Japanese restaurant.
Yeah. Close to Madison Square Garden.
Yes, right next block from Madison Square Garden.
Oh, okay.
You're allowed to give us the address and the name of the restaurant.
Yeah, we're totally fine with you guys promoting yourselves. Go for it.
Okay.
Gosuke.
The address is
35th West. 違う。
The address is 35th Street, between 7th and 8th Avenue.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gosuke Japanese
Yes,
restaurant.
Gosuke, Japanese restaurant. We in a hotel called Henna Hotel, and there's a electronic dinosaur, like a animatronics dinosaurs in the front desk. It has to be New York, right? This is New York City. It's great.
Yeah.
So yes, please come to Gosuke, the Japanese restaurant.
And the Instagram too.
And the Instagram, if you want to book her, it's on the Instagram, Jumping Bomb Angels.
And the Gosuke too.
And we have Gosuke Instagram also, yes.
Awesome. Greatly appreciate the both of you being here. Domo arigatou gozaimasu.
どうもありがとうございました。
Thank you very much.
Thank you for
You're
having me.
welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy holiday.
You too,
Definitely
man.
the same. And ladies, if you're ever in Louisville, come to 1722 Frankfurt Avenue. You can go to the Fork and Barrel. That's the restaurant I run. Okay,
1722 what?
Frankfurt Avenue,
Okay.
and it's a upscale, finer dining restaurant. It's very nice, and it's called the Fork and Barrel. And you can find me there running the place. I'm the general manager.
Okay. Okay. This is in UK, right?
No, this is in Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, wait.
Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky? I thought you guys are in UK.
That would be myself, ma'am. You guys definitely can't come to. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. Okay. Louisville, Kentucky. Okay, so once we get to Kentucky, Fork and Barrel. It's like a fine dining, really nice
okay.
restaurant. Oh, yes. So we meet up over there.
Absolutely. I will do my sign off real quick, Mav, if you don't mind. My
Go for it.
movie for everybody this time around is going to be a gangster classic called 44-Inch Chest. It is very interesting. It is very different from most. If I've recommended that before, I apologize. And I would also like to go with Sexy Beast, which is a British gangster movie, which proves that the war of words can be more dangerous than the war of guns as far as the politics in the British Mafia. It's a very great film. It's very long. It's very wordy. It's very pedantic. But you understand that sometimes somebody's presence and what they've done in the past can be more powerful than pulling a gun at any point. You can reach me at 144captain on Twitter /X, whatever you want to call it. I've had a blast tonight. And if anybody wants, I highly suggest to listen to the band Buck Tick. They have an album. I think it's Zero, like the number 0. It is a very amazing album. I love it. You won't understand a word they say if you don't speak Japanese, but I will tell you that the album is just very ambient. It's very electronic. And if you so desire, they also did a crossover with KMFDM and the band Pig. It was called Schwein. They have a song called You're My Disease, which is half sung by the singer of Buck Tick and Raymond Watts of Pig, which is an amazing tune. So it's half Japanese lyrics, half English lyrics. Very much recommend it. But Mav, you are the one. This is your show. Let's close it out.
All right. So tonight, I'd like to recommend the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I may have recommended this before, but either way, I don't care. It's a great movie, and I absolutely love it anytime I see it. As you guys know, you can always reach me at Maintenance Mav on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I don't really know what everybody calls it at this point. But anyways, you guys know what I always say at the end of these shows. Do something nice for somebody. You never know who needs it. People are going through some stuff. You know, some people just need to pick me up once in a while. So along with that, in the words of my old friend Maintenance Mark, or Memphis Mark, my apologies, I'm out.